It is day 8 of our cruise and we are going to Bodrum, Turkey. We, of course, grabbed some breakfast and we had an awesome seat by the window in the main dining room. But I'm going to give you some highlights of the day. We're going to be checking out the shopping district. We are going to be going to the Bodrum Castle. After that, we're going to go to the Red Pan Pizzeria and grab some freshly homemade pizzas. Back on the ship, we're going to go live for the sailaway. Later in the evening, we are going to catch the Frankie and the Dreamers show. We were pleasantly surprised with this cruise port. We did not think we were going to enjoy it as much as we did, but I think it was one of my favorite stops of the whole trip. When we disembarked, we got our pictures taken. And surprisingly, in port, there was a band playing music, which I really thought was really cool. That right there is our main destination, the Bodrum Castle, and we are going to walk this entire cruise port to get there. As soon as we passed through the port, there was shopping on the other side. A lot of it wasn't open yet because it was still very early. That shopping area is not very large, and as soon as you get outside, you are walking along the boardwalk right next to the water. There were some amazing homes and condos on the right-hand side, and there was the bay on the left. There are so many boats docked along the water here. I am sure if you wanted a boat ride, you could find one for rent at a decent price. There was also a lot of dining in this area right along the water. If you wanted a beach day, there was a beach right here. It was about a 10 to 15 minute walk from the cruise ship, not too far at all. The shopping district is extremely busy here, and come to find out, the reason why is Turkey's pretty well known for their fake counterfeit stuff as being really well made for such an extremely low price. As we continued our walk, we found something very special here. There was a litter of kittens right there along the water. They were being taken care of because there was food and water out for them. I've said this before in my other videos. In Europe, it is not uncommon to find cats and dogs on the street that look well taken care of. There is usually food and water nearby, or the locals are taking care of these animals. Many belong to the shop owners. And holy cow, look at the size of those shrimp. My teenagers loved all the animals. They were kind of everywhere, so they had to stop and say hi every time. This pizza place looked very good. Look at the size of that pizza oven. I always love seeing these old telephone booths too. I would say Turkey is a very proud country. We did see their flags pretty much everywhere we went. I was in heaven looking at all of the bakeries with these amazing looking desserts. Oh my goodness. You could literally spend hours looking in the shops here. I also felt the shops had a lot more to offer than other ports we'd been at. A lot of very unique cultural things. I'm pretty sure this was a potpourri and spice shop.
Everything smells so good, doesn't it?
Once you make the turn towards the castle, you will see amazing yachts lined up in the marina here. Oh my goodness. If I could just go on one of those boats and look around, that would be so cool. We finally made it to the Bodrum Castle. Of course, it is photo time. Eventually, somebody came along and took pictures for our family. That was nice. On our way back to port, I noticed this across the street, so I had to go check it out. I'm so glad I did too. This is what I'm talking about when you can really see the pride that the people have of their country. We were hungry, so we stopped at the Red Pan Pizzeria and we got some pizzas. It was very cool to watch them make our pizzas from scratch. The restaurant was clean, had great drinks, and nice bathrooms as well. These pizzas were really good. We did not have any leftovers. We ate every last bit of it. Heading back to the ship, you can see that people took advantage of the beach day. Looks like you pay to go down there. There are entrances to get inside. Back on the ship, we were greeted by our towel animals, and I went ahead and went live for a little while. We explored the ship, and we also did the sailaway. Got a drink from one of our favorite bartenders up at the buffet. Here's some live highlights for you. We do go live when we are on cruise ships. So here is me talking about the buffet and what's on it.
Hot dogs, beef, mac and cheese, French fries. But here's some.
I took everybody to the activity deck to check that out.
Golf over here. I think Royal Caribbean has the coolest mini golf for sure.
And this is the first time I'd ever seen the Flow Rider have a split barrier so two people could ride at the same time. I've never seen that before on any of the other cruise ships.
So there's the castle. So you're just, even though that looks like a long distance, it's really not that bad because you're walking through all the shops and the restaurants and all.
There was also line dancing on the Lido deck. Some young cruisers down there were learning how to wobble. So there's the dock.
Just pulled right up to it and walk right out of the ship. Bye, Turkey. Until next time.
I was gonna go up here.
Are you live?
Yeah. Ran into my daughter when I was on live. Finally time for sailaways, so I went ahead and headed back to the room and got ready for dinner. We had another delicious meal in the main dining room. After dinner, we went to see Frankie and the Dreamers. I was really hoping this would be a Jersey Boy remake because I do love the Jersey Boys. Seeing that show on the Norwegian Bliss was the main reason to go on the Norwegian Bliss. This show was a little different though because it starred Ryan Malloy, who played Frankie Valli in the Jersey Boys Broadway musical for 6 years, but he was also in the band Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So this show was a little bit of Jersey Boys, a little bit of Frankie Goes to Hollywood, adds some pop and some dancing. It was a very good show. It made it very interesting and we had a great time watching it. Show's out, everybody's leaving, but tomorrow we will be visiting Limassol, Cyprus for day 9 of our Europe trip. We're going to go to Old Port and catch an ice skating show, so make sure you follow us for more of our travel adventures.